So what's the plan today?
Well, today has been slightly derailed already by the fact that we had Clement up all night with a nasty temperature, and he's not feeling very well now still, but seems a bit better. So I think that you should crack on with what you had planned, and I'll take the little one and try and keep him happy.
I'm working with Ignat to help Michel, who's rebuilding a dry stone wall. Michel has been working on the estate since the 70s, and he knows the estate by heart. He's rebuilding the surrounding wall of the estate at the moment, and he needs help to lift a couple of heavy stones. The path going there is really beautiful. We're just above the sewage pond, below the chateau. On va lever ces pierres, ouais. On les met à quel endroit?
Il y a l'emplacement.
Ouais. Voilà. Je filme un petit peu. So this is... Ah ben, attendez, mais je viens moi.
Non, mais c'est bon. Attendez. On va positionner le micro.
Dans le sens dessus.
Voilà. Un peu. Oui, mais celle-ci, elle serait mieux aller.
Oui, on va inverser. Attends, dessus, pose dessus. Là.
Oui. Mais on va mettre dessus, après je me débrouille. Voilà. Après je les calerai de l'autre côté.
Ardèche is very famous for the tradition of dry stone walling. There is a whole technique that's been saved in the centuries, and people keep doing that kind of building. So we have the primary goal of that was to remove the stones from the fields in order to make them arable, and to clear some space for the crops. The key point in having a nice dry stone wall is to keep the big stones for the top of the wall, because it keeps the whole wall together, and it means that whenever it rains or snows, the wall won't collapse because it's held by the bigger stones. But the problem is that you have to lift the stones at the top, so it's quite hard work too. I think this piece of wall was used to be one of the entrances in the surrounding wall of the chateau. There must have been another wall on this side as well, that still remains in some parts, but sadly it's collapsed. The wall is still really beautiful here, because the older stones were carved to be exactly the same size and put in lines, so it's hours and hours of work. Merci beaucoup Michel, vous nous appelez si vous avez besoin.
Non, mais c'est fini, là, il n'y a plus que ça.
Ouais. This path is really pretty in the spring because it's surrounded by lilacs, and in May they're all in bloom and it smells delicious. I think it's one of my favorite paths in the garden. We have loads of snowberries growing wild here. They're really pretty as well. And a beautiful view with very old oaks. And it ends up in an avenue of horse chestnuts. The view here is towards the Tower of Rochefort, which is right at the top of the mountain here. It is a 10th century tower that used to belong to the Lords of Rosieres originally, before they even built Rosieres. This is a sugar maple I planted a couple of years ago, and it's been growing by nearly a meter since I planted it. So I'm really pleased with that, and hopefully in a few decades we'll be able to produce our own maple syrup. And I'm back in the front of the house.
We have an issue with our chickens. We struggle to keep them in the chicken run, therefore they lay their eggs everywhere. And so I'm going on an egg hunt with my trusty egg apron, because I made by my wonderful friend Joe, where I can put all my eggs in here. And I'm going to go and look in the hay barn, because I've heard a lot of chickens behaving suspiciously in there, near there. And you saw yesterday we found one nest down near the down near the washing line, and hoping I'm going to find a few more today. Last time I checked there was one up there. Oh, only one. Oh, it's Araucana, the blue egg. That's a pretty one. Any behind the bed? What are we going to do with this bed, by the way?
Sleep in it, possibly. We have straw for the mattress.
Is that for when you're really naughty? You'll have to come and sleep in the hayloft.
No, you're the one who moved that yesterday.
The only slight downside to collecting eggs in this little apron is that where I think it's designed for normal chicken runs where you just have to sort of reach into little nests, but here where you have to scramble over bales of hay and under staircases, there's a tendency to bend over and squash the ones you've already got in there. Right, this is another favourite place. Oh no, nobody in there. There's at least 20 hens that should be laying at the moment. We're finding about 2 eggs a day, aren't we?
How many eggs are here?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and they're the really good ones by our naughty girl. Oh no, they're from the little one, aren't they? Hello, my chérie. Hello. What you doing?
I'm checking the auction for this afternoon.
Which auction's that?
It's the auction near Lyon. And there were a few interesting pieces of various things.
Yeah.
Palette of electric wires and things like that.
Let me sit with you and have a look. So we buy a lot of stuff at auctions because if you can imagine a place the size of this, how much it would cost to buy all of the furniture new or in antiques shops, just be impossible. One of the things we really enjoy doing is going to these sort of down and dirty auctions in an industrial estate just outside Lyon. And we often get some really good bargains, you know, beautiful wardrobes for €5 and things. But recently they've been going up a bit in price, haven't they, sometimes? So we haven't been getting as many good bargains. And because it's a sort of nearly a 2-hour drive to get there and takes out a whole day, we decided today, it's every other Tuesday, to bid online for it. So we're just having a little look through. It starts in 5 minutes, and through this website, Interonshare, we can place bids. Hello, my love. Do you want to bid on the auctions? So, for example, there's this Festool vacuum cleaner, which would be really useful in our workshop. So these are some of the other things we're looking at, aren't we? If they go really cheap, then these little bedside tables can be quite nice. I mean, you imagine our just our guest bedrooms, we're going to have, I think, 14 at least, 15 for the business. And so you add that up to 2 bedside tables at least for each one, and each one, if you went to an antique shop and bought a really lovely one, would be at least €100. That's quite a lot of money for bedside tables. So if we can get them for 20 or 30 euros, even if they need a bit of TLC, it's quite good for us.
The first lot, the Festool vacuum is already 490, so I'm not going for that.
Oh my goodness. So you can see the prices at the bottom as they're going up. Wow.
490, so yeah.
No.
I'm interested in this one.
Yeah.
Because there are 2 pallets of electric wires and things like that.
Are you bidding?
Yeah.
How high are you going to go?
What's going?
190. You're going to go up to 200.
Yeah, 200.
Is that you that got it?
Yeah.
Yay!
So that's good. So that's what it was. So there was a lot of wires, cables, electric tools, screws, and waggle. Actually, it's really worth it because each one of these packets is worth 15 euros.
Oh wow!
So it's it's.
So
really
even just
worth it.
one packet, one box of those packets is probably worth what you paid for it.
And there are 2 pallets worth of it. So.
Wow! You have to take the truck up tomorrow, won't you?
Yeah.
Are you not bidding on the sunbed?
No, thank you.
This is the sort of thing we get at auctions. We got this beautiful grandfather clock. You paid 50 euros for this, didn't you?
Yes.
Look at this. Just sometimes things come up and nobody wants them that day. Look at the carving on it. I think it's one of my favourite things in our house, and we got it for 50 euros. Are you bored of the auction already, love? Yeah. Mark's taking Clement out to the tent to occupy him because he wasn't really tolerating the auction. But there's something coming up that I know Mark liked, and I don't know how much he wants for it. Mark, the little table that you liked.
Yeah.
How much would you like me to put on that?
30.
30? Okay. I don't think we're going to get any of these because they're all going ridiculously high, but I'll put it on. It's funny, my vocabulary in French is quite limited. I really struggle. I learn entirely from just being around Mark and being in a village or in a life where there are no English speakers. So I've kind of got this accelerated vocabulary in certain areas. Chickens, pregnancy and auctions. And I'm pretty fluent in all three of those. Next up is a table football table from the 1970s, the sort that you get in a bar. And I love table football. It's just the only sport I'm any good at. And you like it as well, don't you?
Yep.
So we thought we'd have a go at it. We don't know exactly what state it's in. It's a bit of a gamble. And we know the base is broken, but new and even the vintage ones are around €1,000. Excellent news, we got the table football table. So I hope it's all right. We might have to do some renovating. We might need to call the repair shop, huh?
Up to. How are you, Ignat?
Oh, I'm fine.
How's it going? Oh, that's really nice.
Yeah.
So Ignat's doing a sorting of the workshop and putting all the tools on a board. That's really nice. Bravo. This is an old vintage plate I found for putting the wrenches. It looks really cool. For those of you who don't know Ignat, Ignat came as a volunteer back in September, and he was going to start a university in Grenoble to learn French and then learn cinema, to study cinema. And the lectures became online. And so eventually he stayed here, and he's going to university once a week for his French lectures. But apart from that, he's staying with us at the moment.
Yeah.
And helping us a lot. Yeah. Ignat is working on a hand water pump that was on the chicken run. It looks functional, but it needed it was installed back in the 40s, and it hasn't been used for maybe 50 years or so, and so he disassembled it completely, and he's carved new seals from leather in order to put it back in use. Ignat's been learning how to weld as well, to reinforce the ironwork, and he's doing a really nice job with it.
Oh, thank you. Like it.
So Ignat is going to rust proof the inside of the pump, so it doesn't get more rusty. We're installing the second pole for the wisteria. Now the other one's dry. Ça va, ça a l'air droit?
Oui,
Does it look right?
it's high technology.
we're done with the last one. We just need to wait for it to dry, and we'll be able to put the wires and train the wisteria.
What are we doing now, my chérie?
We are going to move the water heater to the cellar.
Woo! That's what you did the platform for on Sunday night, isn't it?
Exactly.
You've broken out the shorts today for the first time this year. Does that mean you're now going to wear shorts every day until November?
Probably yes.
Even if it snows this weekend as planned?
Yes, because it's my summer outfit.
We're not even in April yet.
Yeah, but we changed time. So we're in summertime now. So that's what you wear in summer.
Where is it?
Here, over there, in the boiler room.
Ah.
But I'm looking for the sack barrow. So the annoying thing is that both wheels are flat.
Ah.
Here's the hot water balloon.
Woo! Are you alright? Do you not want to wait for Ignat?
I'm fine to begin with, and I need his help to take it.
Oh, should we wait for Ignat? My chérie, we don't want to break it. Got to inflate the tyres first.
Yeah.
Is there much point in inflating them if they've
No.
got holes in them?
No, not really.
Can I ask why you're doing it then?
Okay then. Ok, bon. Ok. Là.
I'm going to stand here and help.
We need to carry it over the pipes onto the platform.
Okay, how heavy is it?
Reasonably heavy.
What's reasonably heavy?
It's probably about 100 kilos, I'd say.
Wow.
But you're very strong, so you're going to. It won't be a problem for you.
I see.
Ça va? Attention, bouge-toi. Ça va? Oui. Bien sûr.
Jeez.
Voilà. Ça va, on peut le mettre. Tu peux avancer ou? Non, non, ça va.
Ignat, careful. Stop, stop. Oh.
Attention, il y a une tranchée là. Voilà.
Mais dis qu'un peu comment c'est faire ça.
Non, 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 stop.
Non, j'ai dit.
He said tell him when you're going to move.
Voilà.
Wow, it's up.
Bon,
And
c'est bon.
it's not
Merci
broken.
Ignat. Ça va, tu t'es pas fait.
Woo, Ignat!
J'ai porté le temps.
Well done.
Voilà, ben merci. Désolé.
Je suis content, c'est sport.
He's going to be happy because it means he can have a hot shower whenever he wants now. No.
Exactly.
Well done, guys. Well done. This is Lando Norris Bunny. A few weeks ago, a friend of ours said she would like to give Clement rabbits for his birthday. And the story behind it was that she lives on a farm and I think they breed rabbits for meat, or her brothers do. But there was one rabbit who had some babies and she died of a heart attack just after having them. And so the babies were motherless And sadly, on the sort of meat farms, they would normally just drown the babies because it's too intensive to save them.
Not drown.
Kill.
It's very crude. Yeah. Take them on holiday.
Take them on holiday, I see. But Nadine decided that she wanted to save the babies, and so she bottle fed them by hand. I think she had to do 5 times a day, right from when they were tiny. And so when they were big enough, obviously she didn't really want them to be eaten. And they're so sweet. So she gave 2 boys to Clement for his birthday, and he loves them so much. But little Lando Norris Bunny was always a little bit delicate. She said he never had much energy as a baby either. And last week, we woke up one morning, came downstairs, and he was just lying there almost as if he was dead. And he was so floppy he couldn't stand up, his back legs didn't work. And that afternoon I took him to the vet, and the vet said, he's so far gone, he's probably going to die. I'll give him an injection of antibiotics for tonight. Call me in the morning if he's still alive. But honestly, I'm sorry, he looks paralysed now. And so I'd been reading all about this on the internet, and I was drip feeding him rehydration salts and everything every hour or 2 throughout the night. He slept on a hot water bottle. He lived under my jumper. I just stopped short of taking him to bed that night. So I came down.
She neglected her baby for
I
this
did
rabbit,
neglect.
basically.
Did I neglect you, my love? No. Yeah, maybe. I came down in the morning and he was lying on his side again. I thought, oh, he's dead. But he wasn't dead, and I propped him up and he stayed upright. And gradually through the day he got better and better. So Mark spoke to the vet, and he gave us more antibiotic injections, and within a couple of days he was nearly as good as new. But he's still a little vulnerable, and we have to keep giving him antibiotic injections every day for about 10 days. Now Mark can give injections because he's used to handling animals from his penguin research. So would you like to give Lando Norris his injection?
Of course.
It's subcutaneous, so we just pinch the skin and it goes through the skin. He doesn't seem to mind it much. You are the sweetest little rabbit ever. I'm so glad you're still alive. I know he doesn't, but he's still okay. What's amazing is that when I had him at the vet was squeezing his back feet and he didn't react. It looked like he was totally paralysed. But he's absolutely fine. You little one. Oh, my bun. Never had rabbits before. They're absolutely the sweetest. You love them too, don't you, baby love? Yeah. You're doing an injection to make Bunny better. Yeah? Okay, Lando Norris, come on.
So, come my rabbit.
Do you want me to hold him?
Yes, and you can stroke him to make sure he's
Poor Bun. Poor Bun. It's alright, Bunny Bun.
up.
Oh, Bunny. Oh, Bunny.
But you were holding.
I am holding him. There you go, sweetie. Oh, you buns. Oh, my little one. Oh, sweetheart. Don't worry. It's okay. Do you want to stroke your bunny? Yeah, he's soft, isn't he? He's lovely and soft. Oh, his brother's looking after him.
Favorite time.
Dandon's on his way.
Best time of the day.
Is Dandon chasing Rocky again?
It looks like it.
That turkey!
Cheers.
Cheers, my cherie. That has been something of a challenging day, huh? Poor little Clement last night was so ill and we barely slept, any of us. So we've all been kind of zombified. I realised I haven't even brushed my hair today.
I Neither have I.
Because I haven't seen anybody either apart from you. But Clement looks so much better,
Yeah.
which is the most important thing.
And so does your rabbit.
And my rabbit looks well as well. Yeah. It's definitely, we're definitely moving forward. Actually, I think just standing still would be achievement for today. Alright, you can sit on the seat with me. There you go. Good boy.
Yeah. It's a lot more gentle than the chickens.